All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking AI agents.
Yeah, those programs that can learn, adapt, and act on their own.
Like a personal assistant.
But way more powerful.
Exactly. And we've got this fascinating essay by Jörg-Owe.
It really digs into their history and how they're changing things.
So are AI agents like a new thing?
Not really. The idea's been around for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, back to the mid-20th century, even.
Wow, so like the early days of AI research?
Exactly. Pioneers like Alan Turing were already thinking about this stuff.
Turing. Like the Turing test guy.
That's the one. It's all about whether a machine can seem intelligent, like a human.
I see. But were those early AI systems actually agents, like what we have now?
Well, they were more rule-based.
Like, what does that even mean?
Think of it like if this, then that kind of programming. Simple instructions like, if the temperature goes above 75 degrees, then turn on the AC.
Oh, okay. So they could react, but not really learn, right?
That's it. They lacked that adaptability.
So what changed? When did things get more sophisticated?
The internet was a huge turning point.
Of course, the internet changes everything.
It brought about this massive explosion of data.
And that data is like gold for AI, right?
Absolutely. Plus, computers got way more powerful.
Right, so suddenly we have the fuel and the engine for real AI.
Exactly. We shifted from rule-based systems to learning-based systems.
So AI could actually learn from all that data.
Yeah, and adapt based on what it learned.
So it wasn't just reacting anymore, it was actually figuring things out.
That's the key. And that led to some major breakthroughs.
Like what?
Well, for example, the development of informed search algorithms.
Informed search. Now that sounds complicated.
Not really, it just means the algorithms got smarter about finding solutions.
Oh.
Think of it like finding the best route from your house to work.
Okay.
An old algorithm might check every single street.
Which would take forever.
Exactly. But an informed algorithm uses extra info, like traffic conditions or known shortcuts.
So it's like a GPS, but smarter.
Yeah, a GPS that can predict traffic and suggest the best route in real time.
Wow, that's a great analogy. So these algorithms got way more efficient.
Right. And that was crucial for AI agents to tackle more complex problems.
So we've got the data, the algorithms, and the internet connecting everything.
It's like all the pieces came together.
How did that translate into the AI agents we see today?
Well, take self-driving cars, for example.
Okay, those are definitely using some serious AI.
They need to process tons of data from their sensors. Other cars, pedestrians, road signs.
It's like they have to make life or death decisions every second.
Exactly. They need that advanced processing power and the ability to learn and adapt.
So it's not just following pre-programmed rules, it's like thinking on the fly.
Yeah, perceiving the environment, making decisions in real time, just like a human driver.
That's incredible. And that's where AI agents really shine, right?
Exactly. They can handle these super complex tasks.
Tasks that would be impossible for those old rule-based systems.
Definitely. And it's not just self-driving cars. Healthcare's another great example.
Oh, I'm sad.
AI agents are analyzing medical images.
Really?
Yeah, they can spot diseases way earlier and more accurately than humans.
That's amazing, like reading x-rays and stuff.
Exactly. They can see patterns that human doctors might miss.
Wow. So AI agents are like these incredible tools for so many fields.
They're helping us solve complex problems and make better decisions.
But I can't help but wonder, with all this potential, are there any downsides?
That's a really important question.
I mean, Schneepat mentions some concerns in his essay, doesn't he?
He does.
What are some of the things we should be thinking about?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is the potential impact on jobs.
Oh, right, like robots taking over.
Kind of. As AI agents get better at doing human tasks, some jobs might become obsolete.
That's a bit scary.
It's something we need to think about carefully.
Yeah, we don't want to be replaced by robots.
Not exactly replaced, but we need to adapt.
So what can we do?
Well, we need to focus on education and training.
To prepare people for the new jobs.
Exactly. We need to teach skills that AI can't easily replicate.
Like creativity and problem solving.
Yes. Those are areas where humans still have the edge.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But are there any other potential downsides we should consider?
There are. Another big one is control and accountability.
What does that mean?
Well, As AI gets more autonomous, how do we make sure it stays aligned with human values?
Right. We don't want it making decisions that could harm us.
Exactly. We need to figure out how to govern these powerful systems.
To make sure they're used for good.
Exactly. It's an ongoing discussion, but it's crucial that we have it.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot to think about when it comes to AI agents.
There is, both the good and the bad.
But it's definitely a fascinating topic.
It is, and it's only going to get more important in the future.
And we'll be here to explore it all.
Absolutely. It's funny, we think of AI agents as, like, these futuristic things.
Right, robots and spaceships.
But they're already all around us.
Yeah, good point. I mean, I use Siri all the time.
Exactly. Voice assistants, those are AI agents too.
Oh, really? I never thought of it like that.
They listen to you, process what you said, and then do stuff.
Like set reminders or whatever.
Exactly. Or play music, control your smart home.
Okay, so what makes those AI agents different from, say, a self-driving car?
It's all about the agent function.
The what?
The agent function, it's like the brain of the AI.
Okay.
It's the part that makes decisions.
Yeah.
So in a voice assistant, it's pretty simple, understanding language, basic commands.
But a self-driving car is way more complex.
Oh, yeah, it has to deal with a much more complicated environment.
Well, the sensors and stuff.
Exactly. So its agent function is way more sophisticated.
Okay, that makes sense. What about those other parts you mentioned? The sensors and actuators.
Right. Let's stick with that self-driving car example.
All right.
The sensors are like the car's eyes and ears.
They're constantly taking in information.
Exactly. Cameras, radar, LiDAR, all that stuff.
Something knows where everything is.
Yep. Other cars, pedestrians, lane markings, traffic signals.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
It is. And the agent function has to process all of it.
To make the right decisions.
Yep. And that's where the actuators come in.
So the sensors provide the data, the agent function decides, and then the actuators do the thing.
You got it. Actuators are the parts that allow the AI to act.
So in a car, that would be like the steering wheel, the gas pedal, the brakes.
Exactly. All the things that make the car move.
It's like a whole chain of events.
It is. Perception, decision-making, and then action.
So the AI is constantly sensing, deciding, and acting.
And it's all happening super fast.
It's mind-blowing. And it's all thanks to those machine learning algorithms, right?
You got it. They're the key to the whole thing.
They're the things that let the AI learn and get better, right?
Exactly. Think of it like this.
Okay.
Imagine an AI that's used for medical diagnosis.
Like reading x-rays and stuff.
Yep. The algorithm is trained on tons of medical images.
Like thousands of them.
Millions, even. And each image is labeled with the correct diagnosis.
Okay.
So the algorithm learns to recognize the patterns that indicate different diseases.
It's like a medical student studying textbooks and case files.
Exactly. But the AI can analyze way more data than any human could.
And the more data it sees, the better it gets.
Exactly. That's the power of machine learning.
Okay, I'm starting to see the big picture here.
Sensors, agent function, actuators, and the algorithms driving it all.
It's amazing how it all works together.
It is, and the potential is just incredible.
But we can't forget about the potential downsides.
Right, we talked about jobs.
And Schneppet mentioned some other concerns too, right?
He does, and they're important ones.
What are some of the things we need to watch out for?
Well, one of the big ones is control and accountability.
Okay, what does that mean?
As AI gets more powerful, how do we make sure it stays under our control?
Right, like we don't want it to turn evil or anything.
Not exactly evil, but we need to make sure it's aligned with our values.
And that it doesn't do anything harmful?
Exactly. It's a big challenge, but it's something we have to figure out. Yeah, control and accountability, it's a big one.
So how do we make sure these AI agents don't, take over?
Well, it's not about them taking over in a, sci-fi kind of way.
Right, not like the Terminator or anything.
Exactly. But we do need to make sure they're used responsibly.
So what can we do?
Well, for one, we need to think carefully about how we design them.
Like build in safeguards and stuff.
Yeah. We need to make sure they're aligned with human values.
They don't end up doing things that could harm us.
Exactly. And we need to be able to understand how they make decisions.
That sounds tricky.
It is. AI can be pretty complex.
But we need to be able to hold it accountable, right?
Absolutely. If something goes wrong, we need to know why.
And be able to fix it.
Exactly. It's like with any powerful technology, there are risks.
But also huge potential benefits.
Definitely. We've seen that with AI agents already.
In healthcare, transportation, all sorts of fields.
And as they get even more advanced, the potential is just going to grow.
It's exciting, but also a bit scary.
I know what you mean. It's like we're standing at the edge of something really big.
And we need to make sure we're prepared for it.
Absolutely. We need to have these conversations, think about the ethical implications,
Yeah, make sure we're using this technology for good.
Exactly. It's up to all of us to shape the future of AI.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have, from the history of AI agents to the challenges we're facing now.
It's been a real deep dive.
It has. And a big thanks to Jörg-Owe for his amazing essay.
His work really helped us explore this complex topic.
It did. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us.
Keep those minds curious and keep exploring the world of AI agents.
It's a fascinating journey, and we're all on it together.
Until next time, keep diving deep.